everybody. Good week. I'm sorry that I wasn't able to be there this weekend at the training. I would have loved to have been there, been part of it, and participated and gotten to sit back and let Genevieve do her thing. She's wonderful. I'm glad you guys got to experience. I was at another training, and it was a good thing that I was there for the same reasons that we're having this training. There's a lot of work to do in our whole community, so there's just a lot to be done. And so I think it's good things happen the way they happen. So I have your homework slides for this week. I'll start by talking about the slide that I'm embedded in currently. So we talked about the movements that happened in India and the United States, the nonviolence movements. They're an amazing big deal in human history. They're also templates for us, because I know that everybody in our training, or I would say that I believe that everybody in our training is passionate about the order, dealing with the social order that we have today, and confronting the things that are challenging about our current social order. So there is this template that we have been handed down, that's part of our common ancestry, that's part of our common lineage, on nonviolent resistance, on looking at the world in a certain way. If we're going to go straight to yoga philosophy, if you look at any of the yogas, particularly like Patanjali's yoga or the Dharma yoga, Ahimsa, nonviolence is the first. It's the first thing. It's the first thing. Now, how you take that is going to vary from person to person. Some, the prescription is complete nonviolence, because the act of harming inhibits sometimes our ability for freedom. And that would be the original idea. I am a pragmatist. When I was younger, I used to lean into complete pacifism. As I get older, I realized that was impractical and perhaps an extremist position for me. So if you look down below me, you'll see my favorite quote from Wonder Woman, and that's how I deal with it. That's my commitment right there. That's my personal commitment to nonviolence. Everybody's going to be different, so you're going to have to choose your own positioning. Whether you choose the strongest position or you choose a more flexible position on that, I will say that it is if you hold that at the core, it's a concept that can guide some really wonderful and considerate behavior in all aspects of life. So we're going to look at that. If you look to my left, the slide next to me that says peace. There's another funny video on the nonviolent movement, kind of almost the global nonviolent movement, how that came about, and why it's wonderful and special, and why it's almost unique in human history. It's powerful. It's really cool. And then if you click on the picture of Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. Below me, it will take you to the King Center. Please click on the link and please read his entire exposition. So they've laid it out, the exposition of Martin Luther King Jr.'s philosophy of nonviolence. I would say it is the yoga, right? The yoga of Dr. Martin Luther King. Read it, think about it, consider it. Dr. King is one of our lineage holders, whether we're thinking in terms of like yoga, honestly, I feel that way, or whether we're thinking in terms of American lineage, global lineage for sure, but growing up in America, it's part of our lineage. So it's worth actually understanding his perspective in detail, and he's laid it out in the same way that they would lay out the 8 limbs or the Eightfold Path, right? So it's worth looking at the yoga of Dr. King, right? The yoga of Dr. King. Look at it, read it, understand it. It's not too long, but it's long enough to have to actually think about and read. So please do it. Next to the picture of Dr. King is a picture of a book that I really enjoy. I read it and it was really useful to me. It may or may not be useful to you, and it's called The Art of Waging Peace, and you can find it anywhere. I think it's like $7.99 on Kindle. I think it is a useful thing to read in terms of setting our framework for our capacity for nonviolent resistance in the current era. And I think my belief is that a yogic take on resistance and social change would lean into nonviolence, would lean into ahimsa, but not to the point where we're not active, right? We're not going to be passive while things happen that aren't helpful, that destroy systems of life and that generate suffering. We have to resist and we have to step up. But this lineage that we've been handed will give us a capacity to do it in a skillful way. So look at those, and then I have more slides for you in a minute, in an hour. I don't know, however long it takes. Right? Thanks.